Hi, I'm Philip Mann, the Technical Director at Kappler, and today I want to share with you some testing results that I recently received for whole garment particle testing on our LANTEX 100 garment that you see behind me. Now, in the U.S., there's not a particle test that you can run on a whole garment. However, the International Standards Organization, ISO, has a testing method 13982, which is a whole garment inward leakage test. And in this test, they place 5 different individuals in a garment and they put them in a room with a sodium chloride particle suspended in air. In this test, they use a particle size that averages about 0.6 microns in size. Now, to compare that to, for example, fentanyl, it is about 0.2 micron up to 2 micron. So again, in this test, they place this individual in a garment and they put them in this chamber with the sodium chloride particles suspended in air. And they have sensors inside the garment that samples air inside, and they send that air to a digital particle counter, and they look and count the particles that leak into that garment while it's being used. And so the subject does a series of motions, kneeling, squatting, walking, and they look and count those particles coming into the garment. A typical taped or seal seam garment that's not properly interfaced, or even some that are interfaced, will show about a 15% particle inward leakage. I'm really happy to say that with the LANTEX 100, and of course being integrated with the elastomeric face seal that seals against the respirator, and we had gloves not attached to the garment, but an inner latex glove like you see here, but then an outer nitrile glove just pulled up over the sleeve. And we saw results of less than 1% particle inward leakage, and that is fantastic results. So I want to be sharing that with everyone because that's the question I've been getting consistently about, will this product protect me against fentanyl? And up to this point, the only real information I could provide them was anecdotal. I didn't have any good test data to support that this garment as a system would protect them. But with this data, it's really good performance. Now, in the States, the only standard that talks about particle testing is NFPA 1994 Class 4. And the test method that's referenced in that standard, I don't have a lot of faith in. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, it's not an approved test method. In other words, the ASTM, the American Society of Testing and Materials, nor ISO have reviewed and approved and published that method. In that method, it's looking at a particle size of about 2.75 to 3.5 microns in particle size, which is much higher than what we see with the fentanyl particle size. And it's also not an analytical test. It is a test where they visually look for particles coming in, and I find it quite funny that we think we can visually see a particle that's 0.2 microns in size. So again, I now have this data, ISO 13982 for our LANTEX 100 integrated with a full face respirator and those gloves. And I'm happy to say that it shows less again than 1% particle inward leakage, and that's great results. And we'll be sharing that more with a lot of people. And so now getting this test data, I can be more confident about recommending this product, and it's just another step towards keeping bad stuff off good people. I'm Philip Mann, the Technical Director at Kappler.